Welcome, guys, to the winners bracket. Here's where all the money is made. We have Psychotic Tendencies versus Esports Petopia. As you heard, there are two flagships from the field. We have an incredibly hype match. Maud, mate, please tell me, what do they got?
Yeah, so Psychotic Tendencies choosing to go with Nightmare, Double Eos, Oneros, Blackbird, Double Hyena, Vexer, and Skybreaker. Esports Utopia choosing to go with an Armor Barghest, Vindicator, Armageddon, Magus, Pontifex, Double Arbitrators for tracking disruption, very effective against Nightmare and Eos, Double Deacon, and a Knight and a Vengeance.
Yeah, this is going to be absolutely bloody wild. I think we've got Armor Nightmare and a Armor Barger, so that's honestly pretty cool to see. Twin Hyena is definitely not what I expected to see either, but this whole match is just so freaking hype. And of course, I love a Vindy. Like, who doesn't love a Vindicator? Who apparently is primary, I guess? He's being shot at already.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing that some shield damage is already being taken on that Vindicator, tracking disruption coming across from those arbitrators onto the Nightmare, but we're seeing jam attempts from the Blackbird onto those arbitrators, and already some guidance disruption onto the Vengeance as well. That making sense. That's the only other missile ship on grid. Already some reps being spread across, to those esports support core, wanting to make sure that nothing possibly gets alpha at this point. Esports choosing to close range right now with their Armageddon, Barghest, and Vindicator. Tissue pulling back a little bit of range, not wanting to, get caught by those heavy energy nukes from Mageddon.
Yeah, it looks like the Bug and the Vindicator are not actually like rushing their way in. They are calmly like trying to find the spot. They're all like wiggling down, wiggling to the left, wiggling to the right. But the Bug is going to be the primary. Remember, that is the flagship Bug, I believe. So
Yeah,
he
and
is not going to be having a good day.
yeah, those are the hyena webs that we can see with the those paints being held across the arena. However, it is an armor Barga, so now catching reps as he's losing the remainder of his shields. Interesting to see the control bar be what it is from Tissue at this point.
Oh yeah, like two hyenas, paints, and webs, everything they need. Like that bar is going to be massive. Plus a blackbird as well. So Tissue definitely going for the control here. Notice the control is way higher than Petopia. Petopia is catching up. That bug, like he is taking a lot of damage. Armor bugs are not known for being the most super tanky of pancakes, so he is definitely struggling. But what is Petopia doing here besides just getting shot?
Petopia is trying to position and try to jockey for a better angle to try to close and see if they can't catch anything out of position. For example, Azmat Baganto might want to pull back a little bit, and now we see that he is not wanting to get too close and get hit by any sort of a bonus, heavy newt or an extended scram from that Barghest.
Weirdly, the Geddon appears to be moving back towards his team rather than trying to like head off the enemies and start nuding him out. I'm not gonna lie, I'm still not quite sure what esports are going for, but at the moment they are playing it safe. Their Bargus has stayed alive and has been secured. Let's say the Armageddon is now taking some damage. This is definitely a very calm game from esports. They're waiting for their moment to strike, and they're, as I said, they're being quite calm about it. Whereas again, Psychotics are just taking their time as well, staying at distance. Maybe they're going for a drone kill. You think?
I mean, that could be. I mean, we're seeing that in these armor kind of setups, both teams will try to play for control. I mean, this is definitely a control setup when you are, running Blackbirds, you're running Arbitrators. You're waiting for a good time for those kind of jams to land and then maybe execute.
I think they might just be defanging at the moment. I can't see drones dying at the moment. Just keeping my eyes out for it, but they might be trying to take the time and defang.
Yeah, I mean, you might want to defang,
They are,
those
yes.
EOS drones that are getting on top of your Geddon and chunking away at Alaskar's armor. We see those paints being applied, so trying to make the Nightmare more effective and those drones track a little bit better, but they'll already be tracking pretty good on a battleship.
Yep, I just saw a flight of light drones get put out, and they are definitely trying to kill some of these heavies at the moment. Now, of course, these are very, very tanky drones, and they're honestly quite annoying to hit as well. But that Geddon is now moving into half armor. He's taking a lot more damage than the Bargus, and obviously not being a flag means he takes a lot more of a pounding.
Yeah, I mean, Barghest, you can armor tank them, and they do work. But I mean, Barghest known for their, their mobility. They're known for their projection, not so much for their tank. Tissue, though, knowing though that if they get their EOS and they get their Nightmare up close into, a Barghest, an Armageddon is going to have an absolute field day, just turning off any sort of hardeners. Nightmare typically thought of as a shield ship running armor, you do get a capacitor injector to run against that, but it's not tanky.
haven't been able to keep up with the amount of drones killed. I know they've definitely lost a few, but of course, this is 2 EOS's worth of drones plus 2 Vexes. So it's going to be able to take a little while for them to actually defang him if they are still indeed still doing that. But it looks like they are. Like I think they've killed like at least 3 or 4 heavy drones at this point.
Yeah, I mean that very well could be the case, and we see that the Armageddon is at this point stabilizing. So, I mean, we could very well be in a situation where Psychotic Tendencies is losing enough drones for that to be an issue, or they very well could be switching off targets. And it looks like the Deacon now is being painted and webbed. Psychotic Tendencies choosing to go after that Deacon. It makes a lot of sense if you're not breaking the Geddon. Going after the Logi is, a fair call.
Yep, I saw a comment about why is the Geddon not neuting? It's because he's not close enough. And look at this. What happened to this Deacon? Holy crap! He just suddenly got a bunch of drones on him. He's dead instantly. Bam!
Yeah, that's absolutely tragic. So, I mean, now that Fish DK is gone, I mean, what do you do if you're Tissue? Well, you just kill the next Deacon, and then you work down the core. You work at the Vengeance. You work at the Arbitrators. I mean, and then you work at the links, right? If the Barghest, the Geddon don't have those links, you couldn't
Yep.
break them earlier. Maybe you can break them once the links and Logi are gone.
And at this point, now esports are on a time limit. They need to go now. And you can see actually a Vengeance has gone in and immediately tackled the Neos. So they understand this moment has to be now, and they are just Leroying in. This is like again, they have to. They haven't got the time anymore. The Logi's now gone. That flag Barg is already in armor. So once they start shooting it again, they wouldn't have much warning before they got to start repping it. Now's the moment. You see, actually, the Barg is also being webbed already by a hyena. So even Psychotic Tendencies know that this is the big moment.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
look at the
just
Nightmare,
looking.
actually.
Yeah, we see
The
that the
Nightmare's getting pounded
Nightmare
too.
has been Opus Congelatio, has been webbed. It would appear that that's, the Vindicator
Vindicator.
is on him at 0, the Magus is on him at
Yes.
0, the Geddon is going to be able to apply newts onto that Nightmare. The Nightmare might be taking a lot of pressure, but we see the Pontifex of Gemma just get absolutely alpha here. That will be links off the field. Issue will likely go for the Magus next to get rid of any residual links at this point.
All right, so this Vindicator is now absolutely on this Nightmare. And you can see, look at him dropping through armor real quick. This is what happens when a Vindicator gets to 0. Honestly, if you're in one of the EOSs, you probably need to start bumping that Vindy away because this is not going to be good for your flag Nightmare. So this went from Petopia being on the losing side here to suddenly them really giving Psychotic Tendencies a potentially bloody nose here.
Okay, so at this point, Tissue is choosing to go for an arbitrator. I'm not sure if I like that call. Yes, it will change the tracking disruption on your Nightmare, but at this point, I mean, your Nightmare is
Oh,
stabilizing
wow.
somehow.
Yeah,
I
he's
thought that Nightmare
stabilized.
was dead for sure. You know what? We're seeing jam effects on the Vindicator, and it does not look like the Vindicator's
Oh,
guns are able
no.
to cycle right now. Oh, no,
You can see
he's
the
back
damage
on.
bar as well.
Yeah,
Look at
he's
the
back
damage bar
on.
for
So
Esports. It's so small. They're not actually firing. He's not firing at the moment. He's actually been jammed up by this Blackbird. This is tragic. No.
yeah, no, the Vindicator is now cycling his guns. The Barghest is
Here we go.
cycling damage on this Nightmare. They're literally just on this Nightmare at 0, and it was just enough to get that one jam. And the Oneros of Joe Custer was able to rep up
Look at the
Opus
Vindy's health as
Congelatio.
well. Look at the Vindy's health. He's being primary. The Nightmare actually almost went to hull there. Everyone overheats your belief. We might see another flagship kill here.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if we see that. So right now, Tissue is up 22 points. If Opus goes down, Esports would be up by 1 point. So understandable. Get rid of the Vindicator, and your Nightmare might live to win.
And he's been jammed again. The Vindicator is jammed again. He's not able to shoot the Nightmare. Nightmare's now managed to claw back a bit of armor. No, never mind. I think he's shooting again.
Yeah, no, the guns are cycling on that Vindicator, so he is
Come
pumping
on!
damage. Keep in mind for our viewers at home that jam icon just means attempted jams, not necessarily successful ones.
Come on,
Orca and
Vindicator! Come
Opus
on!
probably about to drop at the same time here. Yeah, Opus somehow just clawing back on it and now
Flagship
finally
Nightmare
popping.
down! Boom!
Okay.
Wow!
So Orca is just self-repping, and it wasn't enough. So Psychotic Tendencies with 1 minute and 15 seconds is up a significant point lead. It is going to hurt to lose your flagship Nightmare, but you will continue on into the next round. I don't see any way Esports Petopia,
Oh yeah,
even
that's
though
screwed.
they have tackled Joe Custer, you're not likely to kill that in a minute. And even if you do, that's not enough points to claw back a lead.
Oh yeah, they're absolutely not going to win this. That's just giving them a bloody nose and nothing else. I'm just glad to see a really expensive ship go up. But
Okay.
their flagship Bargus isn't even running away. He's going straight into the fight. He's gonna burn in holy fire as well.
Yeah, so a minute ago, or 10, 15 seconds, we saw the Magus of Cotton Toss go down. I would have liked to have seen Tissue commit some of their Vexers, at least some EOS drones, onto that so that the Vindicator didn't have any remaining links. Um, you're going to kind of split links between skirmish and armor tanking, and you never really know which one you've killed unless you have the mail, and you can access it and tell your team, hey, I've killed the armor links. We don't have to worry about this Magus right now. It's skirmish. And once you've tackled someone at zero, you don't have to care if they have skirmish links.
Yeah, I'm not sure why this Vexer was burning over to kill the last arbitrator. His drones are already on target, and his nudes weren't going to do anything. He needs to get back in and start nuding this Geddon to like turn him off.
Yeah, well, at this point, though, yeah, time is expired. Psychotic Tendencies probably just wanting to get a kill as time was running out. Psychotic Tendencies winning that 57-23. Well played, very bloody match. I'm sure the desk will have plenty to break down about this one.